it, don't pass him in. Back to reality.
Everybody, welcome back to another episode of In the NASCAR, and in today's video, I am going to be talking about the playoff picture. I'm going to talk about which drivers who are not locked in, who I think will make the playoffs, and ones who I think won't, who have a better chance and have a low chance. So, yeah. So if you guys look over here, if you guys see from Ricky Stenhouse Jr. on up, those are the drivers that are officially locked into the playoffs with a win. So currently 11 different drivers have won a race this season. So currently, we're going to look from Kevin Harvick on down. So Kevin Harvick, so as you guys can see, he's plus 163 above the cut line. He's practically locked in. So he's going to be Harvick. I don't have to worry about him. He's going to be in the playoffs. Same with Keselowski and Buescher. I don't have to worry about them either. They're over 100 points above the cut line. They're practically good. However, let's get down to here. Bubba Wallace, I still want him to make the playoffs so bad. He was one of my picks to make it in. And I gotta say, Bubba Wallace isn't really the best road course racer, but we have 5 races left of the regular season. He's still plus 27 above the cut line. We got Richmond this weekend. Michigan is another track he's good at. Then we got Daytona. So I feel good for Bubba Wallace right now. He's plus 27 above. If he can just limit the mistakes, he can be in the playoffs with ease. No question. I think Bubba Wallace is a really great contender. So, yeah, I feel really good about Bubba making the playoffs right now. Just hopefully he doesn't make any mistakes or any issues. And as a Bubba Wallace fan myself, please make the playoffs, Bubba. Please. And then we got Michael McDowell. He's currently the last driver in by 17 points. And similar with Bubba. But McDowell isn't bad on road courses. He's actually really good. And we got 2 more road courses left. We got Indy and Watkins Glen. And that's 2 of Michael McDowell's best tracks. I think he's gonna be I think if Michael McDowell can just limit the mistakes, and I think if he can just do good on the road courses, get some points, he'll probably make it in. But there's a lot of drivers. But McDowell, I feel I'm slightly less confident in McDowell, mostly because he is good. Don't get me wrong. This is practically the best season of his career. He's already in like the playoffs right now, but I just feel not as confident of him over Bubba Wallace. But if McDowell can just do good on the mile on the Richmond and Michigan, I think he'll be in a good spot. So yeah, and don't forget Daytona. Anyone can win Daytona. Now let's get down to the drivers who are below the cutoff line. AJ Allmendinger. And Allmendinger, I really don't feel that great about AJ Allmendinger's chances of making the playoffs. I think his only chances are going to be Indy and Watkins Glen. And that's it. Daytona is a wild card. Literally anyone can win that race. And I just don't see Allmendinger. He may contend for the win, but I just don't think Allmendinger is gonna win the Coke 400. He's not my pick. So yeah, if and like and AJ Allmendinger, he was just announced earlier that Allmendinger won't even contend for practice and qualifying at Richmond this weekend. So yeah, Allmendinger, I really don't feel good for him right now. I just don't see it there, folks. And Allmendinger, he is back in January. He is one of my picks to make the playoffs. So yeah, oh boy, yeah, Allmendinger, man. I had Allmendinger making the playoffs this year. Obviously, he's in a tough spot, and I don't feel that confident in Allmendinger, unfortunately. His only best chances are the road course races left. Now we got Daniel Suarez. He's another one of my picks to make it in the playoffs this year for a second season in a row. And he's got some work to do. Pocono, I thought he would have a good day. He would probably lower that points deficit. Thought he would gain that points deficit. But he's again in the tough spot. 23 points below the cut line. He has to have no mistakes. He's got to have no mistakes if order for him to make it to the playoffs this year. So yeah, if Daniel Suarez, I would be concerned. But look, we have Richmond. Richmond, Michigan. Suarez can be good at Michigan as well. Um, the road course of Suarez can be a good road course racer. He won at Sonoma. It was his first win. And then we have Daytona. So I think Daniel Suarez's best chances are Michigan in the road course races for him to make up that points deficit. So, yeah. I just don't see really Suarez. I, I feel more confident than Suarez over Allmendinger, but Suarez has to have some work to do, though. Ty Gibbs, I just don't see Ty Gibbs making the playoffs, guys. That 54 car just hasn't had the contention to get a top five. So no matter what track, this is Ty Gibbs' rookie season. I didn't expect Ty Gibbs to make the playoffs. This is just his rookie year, getting a feel for the Cup Series, and it's in the first full-time season. I don't think Ty Gibbs will make the playoffs this year. I just don't think it's gonna happen, guys. I just don't have. I have a very little confidence in Ty Gibbs for him making the playoffs. So yeah. Alex Bowman, he was one of my. I almost didn't put him in the playoffs this year in my playoff predictions back in January, mostly because I was worried that the injury he had last year at Texas for that concussion, I was worried that was going to be an issue. But I already put him in the playoffs anyway because he was a Hendrick driver, and I know Bowman he will be doing good in like a Hendrick. He did good, does good in Hendrick equipment. But however, he did good at the start of the season, but ever since that injury, he just hasn't been things just haven't been going his way, and I just don't see Bowman making it to the playoffs this year, guys. Sorry, all you Bowman fans out there, but I just don't see him making it. Who knows? I know Daytona, anyone can win Daytona, but Bowman's got to do some stuff, guys. Bowman's got to do some stuff. But Bowman, I mean, he's got to turn things around quick if he wants to, has a chance, but I just don't see it. I just don't see it. So, yeah. Now we got Chase Elliott, and yeah, he's plus 50, he's minus 56 below the cut line. And however, he's practically in a must-win situation at this point. I don't think he's gonna point his way into the playoffs, folks. He either has to win a race. Whereas Richmond, I don't think he's gonna win Richmond. Michigan, I think he's gonna have a good car there if he can. The road course races, I think, are Chase Elliott's best chances. So, yeah. In Daytona, anyone can win. Chase Elliott, however, must win situation, has to win a race in the next 5 races in order for him to make it to the playoffs. So, yeah. Austin Cindric, I didn't expect Austin Cindric to make the playoffs this year, guys. I knew he was going to be in a sophomore slump this year. I had a feeling, and I was right. So, yeah, Austin Cindric, didn't expect him to make the playoffs. He's doing worse than he did last year. I just really don't see him, making it. Like I said, his best chances are the road course races in Daytona, and that's it. So, yeah, Austin Cindric, he's like I said, must win situation, has to win, easy, has to win. But I don't think he's gonna win a race in these next few weeks. So Cindric, he's not gonna make the playoffs this year. Justin Haley, he's not gonna make the playoffs this year. He's in the Kaulig car. He's gonna be leaving Kaulig Racing. And who knows? He can maybe win at Daytona. I think Daytona is the only chance for Justin Haley to win a race. Todd Gillen, I don't expect him winning at all. Eric Almirola, 25th, had a good car at New Hampshire, and his team ended up making a mistake on the tire and and Almirola not making it. Must win situation. He has to win it. I think if I had a great Almirola, or if I have to put Almirola in a situation, he would have to win Daytona. Okay? Has to win Daytona. And then all the rest of the guys down here has to win a race. And all these guys down here, their best chances is Daytona. Like LaJoie, Priest, I don't expect him making the playoffs at all. I don't even expect him to contend for wins. The only time I should is Daytona. Daytona, anyone can win. Eric Jones at Daytona is his best track. Harrison Burton as well. Same with Austin Dillon. Heck, Austin Dillon, he won the Coke Zero 400 last year after that big wreck happened in turn one due to rain. Chase Briscoe definitely needs to win at Daytona. impossible to point your way in that deficit after that penalty you had after Charlotte. And then that's it. So, yeah, guys, in conclusion, Bubba Wallace, I feel like he's going to have a good chance. I think he's going to be making it to the playoffs, guys, with ease. He's probably my most number one confident. I'm extremely confident in Bubba Wallace and making. He's probably the most confident driver I see making the playoffs. Other than that, Michael McDowell as well. He's slightly. I have slight, really good confidence, but not as confident. I don't feel in Michael McDowell's confidence. Who knows? But maybe Chase Elliott. If I have to put my top three drivers who I'm confident making the playoffs, that aren't in like top three drivers making the playoffs that are confident and that are in that points position, are Bubba Wallace, Michael McDowell, and Chase Elliott. Man, I mean Chase Elliott, he has to win, and I feel like there's a lot of good tracks coming up for him. So, but if Chase Elliott doesn't win, he's gonna miss the playoffs, in my opinion. So. Yeah, guys. So, what do you guys think? Which drivers do you think will be missing the playoffs, and who do I think the drivers will be in? Let me know in the comments below what your picks are to make the playoffs and miss them. And yeah, so anyways, this is Preston signing off. Peace out.